Hello. Hi. Here we are. So these Goselinis are the reason that this veggie patch is Fort Knox. And this one even got in the other day. So it's a bit of a constant thing. It's also why the lemon balm and stuff in here is a little bit protected. The chickens used to get in too, so there's a bit of protection there. But this is the garden at Chestnut Creek, so that's at Izzy's house in the patch, and this is just a power line running down the hill. But here we are. So I'll show you the beautiful flowering gum here too. It's really lovely. Water tank just there, taps up a bit further, and then we laid some wood chips in here, which is fantastic because it was a bit slippery, and there's plenty of King Stropharia mycelium in there, so we should get maybe a flush in autumn. These are just some parsley I threw in. I had them in pots and I left them in their pots and mulched around them. So these were really to just grow some leaves, but also get some seed, and then the seed will get scattered around. I like parsley as a weed. One of the paths, here we are. We pegged this out with the last group of students and it was really wonderful. We figured out how wide paths needed to be and what angle, etc. So the centre area, we've been moving compost from the centre to over here, and in the last class, which was a while before summer solstice, I took off the mesh, the steel mesh. You can see that over there, and I just left some tin on top of it to, you know, stop all the rain getting in and washing away the nutrient. So it's all really heavily mulched though, and it's doing well. This every area over here could do with a bit more mulch, and it's dried out where there isn't any mulch. So over here I'm just going to step over the wire. Here we are. I've just been pulling up some buttercup. It's a ranunculus species, and it was all over the path, so I thought I'll just pull that back. I've left some. If I'm not putting anything straight into a garden bed, I tend to leave the weed and then just take it out when I'm going to do things. So they catch nutrient. The buttercup shows where it's moist, so it's a really good indicator plant, and we've got a hill there that it comes down and comes under. So the parsley's been well watered, and then if we head along a bit, there's a comfrey. I've just taken half the comfrey off. This was our little comfrey patch that we put in. We did this from some roots, and they've been quite successful. So there's a big one there, and it's right near the path, so what we might do is divide that up. Might do that at the next workshop. Divide it up and put it back in this area where it's hard to get to. It's wasted space, but it's never wasted if you've got comfrey. So let's see. This was really heavily mulched, this area in here, and over where the parsley is there was 2 straw bales, but the chickens discovered those fairly quickly, and then there were less. So things in a garden, goats, chickens. One of the things about goats means that there's nothing in here that is going to kill a goat, so that's pretty good. It does leave out a few plants. This is a little section where water moves, and it moves along the fence and under that building, so this will be a compost area with these steel mesh. Again, we've got star pickets where the path is, so we know we can build soil anywhere in this area. That's going to take some time because soil creation takes time. So speaking of soil creation, let's have a look at the area underneath this is underneath the tin, so I put some tin there, and the whole time we were making that was so we could keep the rain off. So you can see this stuff here, the worms have been through this, and it smells very good. So the compost has broken down in this area. It's still moist, it's not dry, and it's quite deep. You know, we had quite a large compost pile here, and yeah, you can see that that's quite nice, and the worms have gotten in and they've done some work as well. All willing workers. I'm going to push up here a little bit where we didn't have the tin, and it's actually still quite beautiful. I am going to put the tin back on and let it continue to do its thing. The wormies will be back. So there we are. I've just pulled that back over. Just going to make sure this little area here has mulch over it, just to protect the microbes. And here's the bottom part of where I had the tin, so I'm going to be recovering that. But look at that beautiful soil. We'll be able to use this all around the garden, but this whole bed is full of goodness. So, and there we are, there's the base soil. It's the lovely red clay from this area, and there we are. So I'm going to cover that up. There we are. Cover that up so the microbes are happy. And let's have a quick look over here where we haven't had the pile. So, but you can see it's been very heavily mulched, and lots of worms have been in there. You can see the castings all among the straw. It's been breaking down. Very nice. And I saw a bit up here that, here we are. I saw some mycelium in here. There we are. This is King Stropharia Mycelium, and it's actually going quite well. The mycelium helps break down organic matter and create soil as well. So it's deliberate that it was put in here, but we should get some fruiting in autumn probably. So this area just here, this could use a bit more mulch, and I've just exposed a bit there. That could use a bit more mulch. So there we are. And if you head up this way, I was just pulling out some buttercup. The roots of the buttercup had a lot of King Stropharia around them, so that's interesting too. And then I thought that I'd lost my King Stropharia in here, but it's there. So happy days with that, and it's moved into the wood mulch, so that's a good thing. There we are. So really happy about that, and yeah, happy about how this space has been going. So whew. So this is a medicinal garden that we started from scratch, probably just after winter solstice last year, I think. And we've been building soil, we've been talking about aspect, learning permaculture stuff, making compost, hanging out with plants, hanging out with mulch, hanging out with worms, and there's a couple of comfrey over there. We just stuck some roots in. Really easy way to plant comfrey. Just break up a root ball, tuck it, chop it up, stick it in, and then wait and hope that it grows. But you haven't wasted a lot of time or energy or comfrey doing it that way. You can go back and fill in gaps too. So yeah, we did plant some comfrey. Here we are. We just stuck those in the ground, and we have been, yeah, busy little bees in here. So this is our medicinal herb patch from scratch. Makes me happy.